Davin, you heard what Steve Kerr said the other day. He was very complimentary about your team's willingness to know their roles and do what they need to do to win, especially at this level. I want to see if you could talk about that, as well as how did you break the news to a vet like Kyle Lowry that he was going to go from a starter to off the bench when he had been a starter for so long?
I did not see Steve's comments, but I think like the context of what you're saying, getting guys to buy into roles, buy into something that's bigger than themselves, that's arguably the most important thing when you're trying to build a team that can contend for a championship. And it's elusive, it's tough. You try to be intentional about it. You try to get guys that really care about winning more than anything, even if they have to sacrifice, or also understanding that that's a prerequisite. You have to sacrifice. And we have a lot of guys that have played a bunch of different roles and have excelled in different roles, but have had the emotional stability that when their roles have had to change, that they're still about the team. And in reference to Kyle, he's all about winning. At this stage in his career, when you have more yesterdays than you have tomorrows, it's really about these kind of competitive moments on the biggest stage. That's what drives him more than anything, is the ultimate competition. And it was a relatively easy decision to take him off the bench, because we had to shut him down for 5 weeks, and when he came back, he had a minutes restriction that he and I were aware of. In the first game he came back, I played him 36 minutes. So the head coach got yelled at by everybody, and Kyle and I met the next day, and we were both laughing about it. We needed to protect each other, and the only way to do that was to bring him off the bench so we could control the minutes. We did that the rest of the year. It was really only about a month left in the season. He excelled in that role. By the time we got to the playoffs, even though he could handle more minutes, we just stayed with him, and he was really secure with that. I think he's embraced that. Our second unit now is one of our biggest strengths as a team, and we were struggling with our second unit, for various reasons for most of the season, and he kind of just fixed all that on his own.
Tim over here on the right, fourth row.
Tim Reynolds, AP. Erik, I know the 30 minutes that we see out there aren't exactly the most serious practice time of all time, but it just seemed like everybody really is just enjoying where they are right now. Where's the line? Like, how do you both handle the incredible seriousness of what you're trying to do versus enjoying where you are as well?
Yeah, it's an art, not a science, right? There's no perfect formula to that. There's no perfect book. We know our group. They live on the razor's edge. There's an edginess to this group. The on button is usually on, and I think we found better ways, more productive ways in the moments in between, just to not exhale, not to relax, but just to recharge, get our minds off of that, so that you can gear up the next day emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of those things. It's tough to always be like on that on button. And this group, has shown a maturity level to be able to handle both. And we'll see, tomorrow night. But in a moment like this, I want our guys relaxing. I want to get out of here. I'd love for them to get their minds off of it. I know how they all are. They want to, be like that all the time.
Cooper on the left, third row on the aisle.
Well, I know he's not the only one who does this, but with Jokic kind of changing the depth of his defensive coverage throughout the game, how unique has that been to prepare for? And how do you think the guys, especially the shooters, have done making those snap reads?
It is unique, and I think that's what you expect at the final level. That there's not going to be absolutes. You have to read the defense, still try to get to our game. We have to be aggressive, and then we have to make the appropriate plays and reads, possession by possession. It could be different the next possession. It could be different within the possession. They're probably having similar discussions about our defense. This is that level. It's the finals. and that's what's required. But the guys have really been working diligently, film sessions and in these practices, to try to get on the same page. But it's they're a very good defense, because of their changing coverages.
Ira, right here.
Ira Winderman, South Florida Sun Sentinel. Tyler spoke the other day about still having a degree of pain with the hand. Where does he stand with that? And honestly, as the days are ticking down, your thoughts on his chances of being able to make an appearance during the finals?
Yeah, I don't want to be Nostradamus right now. We're taking it one day at a time, and I know that sounds like cliche. He did the practice with the group. He's going to do a full contact workout after this. We'll evaluate that. We'll meet with the training staff later on today and probably tomorrow, and we'll just continue this process. He has not been cleared yet, so that's where we are. But we're encouraged by the work that he's been doing.
Joe on the left side in the front.
Joe Harden, The Athletic. You guys won the other night. Jimmy having one of those Jimmy playoff games. But I wanted you to, if you could, take us through how you feel the series has gone for him so far.
He's a two-way basketball player, and he does so many winning things that I think, unfortunately, when you view maybe a 56-point game, everybody on the outside views that he has to do that every game to impact winning. He understands the levers that contribute to winning, and he's doing it on both sides of the floor. He has an incredibly tough cover defensively. That matters, and then offensively, I still think we just have a great place where everybody feels settled. Like if you're role players and everybody can step in and start playing great, it's usually because they feel a confidence level from the best players, and that's Jimmy and Bam. They infuse all of our guys, to be aggressive. And the way they defend, they're prioritizing protecting the paint against him. So he has to make the right reads, and then down the stretch, those were his best moments, and that's really key for us. When you're in those close games. But he made, how many points he had in the last 6 minutes, but his fingerprints were all over the game down the stretch.
Anthony, third row. No, one row up.
Oh, you.
Anthony Chang might be here. Obviously, Jokic is so unique, but when he has the ball, how does it alter maybe the way you guys usually help off of guys around him just because of his passing ability?
Yeah, the term when you say your head has to be on a swivel, that's what it has to be. Your head almost has to be able to turn 360 degrees at all times on the weak side, and you can't physically do that, obviously. But that level of discipline and focus is the highest level. That's what he requires your defense to be. And then he can score. He's proven he can score 41 against us, and he scored 50 plus, in another playoff game. So you're in the finals. You're going to be dealing with great players, great teams. You have to find a way to overcome it and make it difficult, and do a lot of things that are tough.
Last question, Dan on the right.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. You just mentioned Jimmy's workload on the defensive end. First game, that was a lot of Gordon. Last game with Kevin going into the starting lineup, that shifts a little bit. He spends a lot of time on Murray. Wondering what the specific challenges are that Murray provides for Jimmy on that end, how you assess how he did in game 2 in that end.
Murray's just an electric, playoff performer. It's not just Jimmy. Jimmy will shapeshift. He's going to be on a lot of different guys in this series. That's just the way he goes, and he embraces all of those challenges. He'll be on 1 through 5 at some point. And Murray will draw second defenders, third defenders. You have to pick him up, beyond the 3-point line, and he's ignitable. As we saw in that fourth quarter, he can do it in a lot of different ways against a lot of different coverages. So you have to have some strong habits that you've developed over the course of the season.
Thank you, Coach.